It is estimated as many as 40 million people, 1 in 6 people, have experienced sexual victimization as children.
1 in 4 girls and 1 in 7 boys will be sexually victimized before the age of 18.
Child sexual abuse is seldom a one-time occurrence and lasts an average of 1 to 4 years.
Many people don't realize how far-reaching this can be even as an adult. Sexual abuse is more than just sex.
The victim experience fills people with loss, powerlessness, despair, fear, grief, unworthiness, guilt, and insecurity.
The abused one lives out his or her internal shame by making choices that increase his or her profound sense of worthlessness.
Pretending it didn't happen leads to a life of deceit. Hoping it didn't cause any damage increases naivety. Gutting it through will, prayer, or study leads to exhaustion and cynicism.
Anger is often the most difficult emotion for an adult survivor of childhood abuse to get in touch with. Because their anger was powerless and had little to no effect on the abuser, they may not feel confident that their anger will be helpful or useful.
Because their personal boundaries were invaded by someone they trusted and depended on, they may have trouble understanding that they have the right to control what happens to them.
Often, these symptoms are a mystery to the sufferers. They may not understand the connection between their child's situation and their adult experience. Generally, the abuse has either been accepted by the survivor as normal, or it is viewed as something that is better left in the past.
It is important to understand that these effects are the result of a young child or teenager adapting. They were developed to make some sense of the world and to continue to function the best way they knew how, considering the amount of stress they experienced. These coping skills were developed when the child had few resources or options and they kept the survivor alive.
It's one thing to recognize this in themselves and have this tragic secret eat away at them and show up in extremes. It's quite another to let it go and be able to move forward and take back their power and become the men and women they were made to be.
My name is James Mabea.
I'm Daniel Hamilton.
I'm Esther Ransom.
And I represent.
And I represent.
And I represent an adult survivor of childhood sexual abuse.